In a crowded airport, a German shepherd suddenly broke free from his handler. What seemed like disobedience was actually a powerful instinct. The dog lunged toward a man holding a terrified young boy. This wasn't just any dog. Ranger was one of the best trained K9 officers, skilled in detecting threats. His handler, Jake, trusted his instincts more than anyone. But today, Ranger's behavior was different, tense and urgent. As the man tried to convince the boy to come with him, Ranger growled fiercely, warning of danger no one else saw. This moment wasn't just about obedience. It was about saving a life. What happened next shocked everyone in the terminal and revealed a chilling secret. Stay with us as we unfold this incredible true story of courage, instincts, and a hero dog who refused to back down. The airport was buzzing with travelers hurrying to catch flights and families saying quick goodbyes. Amid this normal scene, something unexpected happened. Ranger, the German Shepherd K9, suddenly broke free from his handler Jake's grip. Without warning, the dog lunged forward, pulling Jake into a chaotic scene in the terminal. Passengers froze in surprise and fear. Ranger's ears pinned back and teeth bared. He growled fiercely at a man clutching a young boy tightly. The man appeared calm, but something about him did not sit right. Jake struggled to regain control, confused but alert. This wasn't just an act of rebellion. Ranger's instincts were screaming danger. The crowd watched anxiously as the dog's fierce defense exposed a threat no one else had noticed yet. What followed would prove that sometimes breaking the rules can save a life. Jake was a seasoned handler with years of experience in airport security. He knew Ranger's behaviors well. This German shepherd wasn't just a pet, but a highly trained partner in detecting narcotics, explosives, and other threats. Together, they had worked countless hours keeping the airport safe. Ranger's usual calm and focused nature was trusted by everyone, from travelers to security staff. But today, Jake noticed something different. Ranger's body was tense and alert, eyes scanning the crowd with unusual intensity. Even in the busy airport filled with passengers and the normal hustle of boarding and security lines, Ranger's senses picked up something off. Jake tightened his grip on the leash, ready to trust Ranger's instincts no matter what. The team was about to face a challenge unlike any they had encountered before. Despite the usual buzz of the airport, Ranger's behavior grew more intense by the minute. His nose twitched, ears perked, and a low, almost inaudible whine escaped him. Jake watched carefully, knowing these were signs Ranger sensed a hidden threat. Passengers were boarding flights. Security lines moved smoothly, and the day seemed normal, but Ranger's tension was a silent alarm. They moved through the terminal past busy shops and waiting crowds, but Ranger ignored all distractions. His focus was sharp, unwavering. Jake's instincts told him to pay attention. This was not Ranger's usual steady patrol. The dog's gaze locked onto something near Gate 14, where a young boy sat alone, fidgeting nervously. Jake's heart quickened. Ranger's silent signals had always been reliable. He knew this wasn't just alertness. It was a warning. Something unseen was putting the boy in danger. The moment was about to escalate. At Gate 14, Ethan, a small boy no older than 10, sat alone on a bench. His sandy hair was messy, and his small hands clutched a worn backpack tightly. His eyes darted nervously from one person to another, anxious and uncertain. Ethan had been told by his mother to wait near the gate while she handled security checks. Though he tried to stay calm, the unfamiliar crowd overwhelmed him. The boy twisted the straps of his backpack, his knuckles white with tension. He looked vulnerable, a lone figure in the busy terminal. Suddenly, a tall man in a tailored gray suit approached him with a warm but calculated smile. The man knelt to Ethan's level and spoke gently, claiming that Ethan's mother had sent him to find the boy because she was delayed. Ethan hesitated, unsure whether to trust a stranger. The seemingly polite man's presence was about to ignite Ranger's fierce protectiveness. The man introduced himself as Mr. Gray, his voice smooth and confident. He showed a briefcase and an airport badge clipped to his jacket, adding an air of authority. He told Ethan his mother was worried and had asked him to take the boy to her. Ethan's heart pounded. Everything about Mr. Gray seemed professional and polite, but something felt off. The boy's hesitation was subtle but real. Ranger's growl cut through the noise of the terminal, loud and warning. Jake tugged on the leash, trying to calm the dog, but Ranger's eyes never left Mr. Gray. The man's smile twitched for a moment, a flicker of impatience flashing his eyes. Passengers nearby started to notice the tension building. Ranger's primal instincts screamed danger, while Jake's trust in his partner deepened. The situation was quickly spiraling into a confrontation. Jake commanded Ranger to heel, but the German shepherd ignored him. The dog's instincts were louder than any command. He lunged forward, barking sharply, teeth bared in warning. The crowd around them fell silent, watching the intense scene unfold. Passengers whispered nervously, unsure of what was happening but sensing danger. Ranger's growl vibrated like a warning bell, pulling hard against the leash. Jake's pulse quickened. He knew Ranger was right. Something was very wrong. Mr. Gray's polite facade started to crumble, frustration flashing in his eyes as Ranger continued to block him. Security officers approached, questioning the tense scene. Mr. Gray insisted he was helping Ethan, but Ranger's fierce protectiveness said otherwise. Jake faced a critical moment. Trust the training and orders, or trust Ranger's raw instincts? The answer was clear. The tension in the airport terminal thickened. Passengers stepped back, whispering nervously as Ranger's growls filled the air. Jake's grip on the leash tightened as he tried to keep control, but Ranger refused to back down. Mr. Gray's calm demeanor began to crack, his polite smile fading into a hard glare. Security officers circled, sensing the danger but unsure of the full story. Jake exchanged quick glances with his fellow officers, the unspoken question hanging in the air. Why was Ranger so fixated on this man? The crowd's murmurs grew louder, eyes shifting between the dog, the boy, and the stranger. Suddenly, Mr. Gray's patience snapped. He reached out and grabbed Ethan's arm, attempting to pull him away. Ethan flinched, frozen by fear, as Ranger exploded into action. The German shepherd broke free from Jake's hold with a powerful surge, lunging at Mr. Gray to protect the boy. In a flash, Ranger was on Mr. Gray, snapping at his sleeve and forcing the man to release Ethan. The boy stumbled backward, scrambling away with a pale face. Jake rushed forward, grabbing Mr. Gray's arm and twisting it behind his back as he called for backup. Nearby security officers arrived swiftly, their radios crackling with urgent updates. Mr. Gray struggled briefly, but was quickly restrained and handcuffed. His briefcase lay dropped on the floor, the false air of authority stripped away. Ranger stood protectively over Ethan, muscles coiled and eyes sharp. The boy's shallow breaths mingled with the chaos around him as he clung to the dog, whispering, "He saved me." The terminal was buzzing with shock and relief. What seemed like chaos was now a daring rescue. Under questioning, Mr. Gray's story unraveled. Security officers discovered he was not an airport official and had no connection to Ethan's mother. His credentials were fake, and his intentions were chilling. He had planned to abduct the boy, a horrifying case of human trafficking narrowly prevented by Ranger's fierce instincts. Ethan sat trembling, arms wrapped tightly around Ranger's thick neck, finding comfort in the dog's protective presence. Moments later, Ethan's mother burst through the crowd, face pale and eyes frantic. She had been delayed at security, just as she had warned her son. Tears streamed down her face as she embraced Ethan, thanking the officers and Ranger for saving her child. The story that began with chaos ended in a powerful reunion, and a reminder of the bond between a handler and his K9 partner. Jake knelt beside Ranger, gripping his collar with relief and pride. "Good boy," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. Ethan clung to the dog, burying his face in the soft fur, finally safe. The noise and chaos of the terminal faded away, replaced by a quiet sense of gratitude. Ranger had broken protocol, ignoring commands, but it had saved a life. The terminal buzzed with stories of the brave dog's actions. Passengers wiped away tears or shook their heads in amazement. Ethan's mother looked on with deep gratitude, her eyes shining as she thanked Jake and Ranger once more. For Jake, the moment was a powerful lesson. Sometimes, trusting instincts over rules makes all the difference between tragedy and rescue. This incredible story proves the power of instinct and partnership. Ranger, a highly trained K9, chose to follow his raw animal instincts over commands, and in doing so, saved a young boy from danger. It's a reminder that training and protocol are essential, but sometimes life demands trust in the unexpected. Jake and Ranger's bond, built on years of trust and teamwork, made all the difference. Their story encourages us to pay attention to instincts, especially when something feels wrong. In the end, Ranger wasn't just a security dog. He was a hero, a protector, and a true lifesaver. This remarkable event echoes the importance of listening to our inner alarms and standing up when it counts the most.